7 Blouse mistakes women over 60 should stop making now. Let me ask you something. Have you ever stood in front of your closet, holding a blouse you thought looked perfect when you bought it, only to wonder why it just doesn't feel right anymore? Maybe it's the way the fabric pulls across your shoulders, or how the color seems to drain the life from your face instead of brightening it. If that moment feels familiar, you're not alone. And here's what I want you to know right now. The problem isn't you. It's the small, fixable mistakes that so many of us make without even realizing it. Blouses are the backbone of a mature woman's wardrobe. They're versatile, they're elegant, and when chosen correctly, they can make you feel absolutely unstoppable. But here's the truth that nobody talks about. After 60, the blouses that worked beautifully in your 40s might actually be working against you now. Our bodies change, our skin tones shift, and the rules we once followed? Many of them no longer serve us. In this video, we're going to walk through 7 specific blouse mistakes that women over 60 should stop making immediately. These aren't vague suggestions or trendy tips that'll be outdated next season. These are real, practical insights that address the way our bodies have evolved, the way fabrics interact with mature skin, and the way smart styling can elevate your entire presence. More importantly, we're going to talk about what to do instead, so you can walk out of your house feeling confident, polished, and genuinely yourself. Style at our age isn't about chasing some impossible standard. It's about understanding what actually flatters you right now, in this moment, with the beautiful body you have today. So whether you're getting dressed for a casual lunch with friends, an important meeting, or simply want to feel put together running errands, this guide is going to transform the way you think about blouses. Let's dive in. The power of getting it right. Before we jump into the specific mistakes, let's talk about why this matters so much. Clothing isn't just fabric we drape over our bodies. Research in fashion psychology shows us something fascinating. What we wear directly influences how we carry ourselves, how we interact with the world, and how the world responds to us. When you put on a blouse that truly flatters your shape, complements your skin tone, and moves with your body in just the right way, something shifts. You stand a little taller. You speak a little more confidently. You take up space in the most beautiful way possible. The wrong blouse does the exact opposite. It makes us shrink. It makes us fidget with sleeves or tug at hems. It keeps us from being fully present, because part of our attention stays focused on that uncomfortable feeling of something not being quite right. And here's what so many women don't realize. Fixing these issues isn't about buying expensive designer pieces or having a complicated wardrobe. It's about understanding a few key principles and making smarter choices with what you already have. Our bodies at 60 are different from what they were at 30 or 40, and that's not a limitation. It's simply a reality that requires us to dress with intention. Your shoulders might be broader, or your posture slightly changed. Your skin tone has likely shifted, becoming either warmer or cooler, which means colors that once made you glow might now wash you out. The texture of your skin has changed too, and certain fabrics that once felt wonderful might now feel harsh or clingy in unflattering ways. None of this is about fighting against aging. It's about honoring where you are and dressing the magnificent woman you've become. So let's get into the 7 mistakes that are holding you back, and more importantly, what to do about them. Mistake number 1, wearing the wrong neckline. The neckline of your blouse frames your entire face, and getting this wrong can age you instantly or hide your best features. Yet this is one of the most common mistakes I see women making. Let me paint a picture. Imagine a high crew neck that sits right at the base of your throat. For many women over 60, this neckline creates visual problems. It shortens the appearance of your neck, emphasizes any jowl development or neck texture, and can make your face look rounder and heavier than it actually is. Here's what happens as we age that makes necklines so critical. The skin on our neck often develops more texture, sometimes referred to as crepey skin or vertical lines. A high, tight neckline draws the eye directly to this area. Meanwhile, if you have a fuller bust, crew necks can make you appear top-heavy and throw off your body's proportions entirely. On the flip side, plunging V-necks might have worked beautifully when you were younger, but now they can reveal more chest texture than you're comfortable showing. So what works? The V-neck remains one of the most universally flattering choices for mature women. It creates an elongating vertical line that draws the eye upward, makes your neck appear longer, and visually slims the upper body. The key is finding the right depth, typically ending about 4 inches below your collarbone. This sweet spot provides enough opening to lengthen without revealing too much. Scoop necks offer a softer alternative, creating a gentle curve that flatters round faces and highlights the collarbone beautifully. Square necklines are having a moment, and for good reason. They provide structure, frame your face with clean lines, and give a subtle lift to the bust line without being revealing. Boat necks work wonderfully if you have narrow shoulders, as they create width across the shoulder line and balance proportions. The mistake many women make is sticking with one neckline style, simply because it's familiar, without considering how their features have changed. Your face shape, your neck length, your shoulder width, all of these factors should influence which neckline you choose. And here's something most women never consider. The neckline affects where people look when they're speaking with you. A flattering neckline draws attention to your face and eyes, where you want it. An unflattering one draws attention to areas you'd rather not highlight. Pay attention to how you feel in different necklines. If you find yourself constantly adjusting a collar or feeling self-conscious about your neck when wearing a particular style, that's your body telling you something. Listen to it. Try different necklines in front of a mirror and notice which ones make you feel like you can breathe, stand tall, and actually forget about what you're wearing because it just feels right. Mistake number 2, choosing dated or overly trendy styles. There's a delicate balance here, and it's one that trips up so many women. On one side, you have blouses with features that scream a specific decade. Tiny florals from the 80s, oversized shoulder pads from the 90s, or certain paisley patterns that immediately date your entire look. These styles don't make you look classic or timeless. They make you look like you've been wearing the same wardrobe for 20 years. But here's the other trap. Chasing trends meant for women half your age. When you see a crop top blouse with cutouts and cold shoulders everywhere in stores, that doesn't mean it's meant for you. Trendy for the sake of trendy isn't style. It's desperation. And it shows. Fashion forecasters and style experts consistently point to certain blouse features that age you before you even open your mouth. Tiny, busy floral prints and washed-out pastels immediately signal dated. Ruffles that are too fussy or overworked look matronly rather than feminine. Button placements that are awkwardly spaced, or styles with excessive embellishments that distract rather than enhance. These all work against you. Shiny polyester fabrics that were popular decades ago, but now just look cheap and uncomfortable. So what's the answer? Modern classics. These are pieces with clean lines, updated silhouettes, and timeless appeal, but with just enough contemporary edge to look current. Think of a beautifully cut white button-down with a slightly relaxed fit and modern collar. A silk blend blouse in a jewel tone with clean seaming and no fuss. A wrap-style top in a solid color with 3/4 sleeves. These pieces don't shout any particular trend, but they also don't look like they've been hanging in your closet since 2002. The key is to look for subtle modern touches. A blouse might have a traditional silhouette, but in an updated fabric blend that drapes beautifully. It might feature classic button-front styling, but with the buttons slightly off-center for contemporary interest. The sleeves might be traditional length, but with a gentle gather at the cuff instead of tight elastic. These small details keep your look fresh without trying too hard. And here's something to remember. Just because a style is currently trending doesn't mean you should avoid it entirely. The trick is adaptation. If bell sleeves are everywhere, perhaps you choose a blouse with subtly flared sleeves rather than dramatic bells. If puff sleeves are in, you might opt for gentle volume at the shoulder rather than exaggerated puffiness. Take what's current and filter it through the lens of what actually flatters your body and fits your lifestyle. The test I always suggest: when you put on a blouse, do you feel like yourself, just better? Or do you feel like you're wearing a costume? If it's the latter, that blouse isn't for you, no matter how fashionable or classic it might be. Mistake number 3: ignoring fabric quality and type. Let's talk about something that most women completely overlook: the fabric itself. You can have the perfect cut, the ideal color, the most flattering neckline, but if the fabric is wrong, none of it matters. And here's what I've learned. After 60, fabric matters more than it ever did before. Your skin has changed in texture and sensitivity. Fabrics that once felt fine might now feel scratchy, clingy, or just wrong against your skin. Simultaneously, certain fabrics will highlight every line and texture, while others will drape gracefully and forgive minor figure concerns. The difference between a cheap polyester blend and quality cotton or silk isn't just about price. It's about how the blouse interacts with your body every moment you're wearing it. Let me break down what works and what doesn't. Natural fibers and high-quality blends are your friends. Cotton, especially high thread count cotton, breathes beautifully, moves with your body, and softens with each wash. It's perfect for button-down blouses and casual tops. Silk drapes like a dream, has a subtle sheen that catches light beautifully near your face, and feels luxurious without screaming expensive. Silk blends often give you the best of both worlds: the elegance of silk with the easy care of synthetic fibers. Linen offers that relaxed, sophisticated look. Yes, it wrinkles, but those natural creases actually add to the charm and authenticity. Modal and viscose create that soft, flowing feel that skims your body without clinging. Now, let's talk about what to avoid. Stiff, cheap polyester is the enemy of elegant dressing after 60. It doesn't breathe, which means you'll feel uncomfortable and potentially show sweat. It often has an artificial shine that catches light in unflattering ways, emphasizing every bump and texture. Clingy jersey fabrics that are too thin show every single thing you'd rather they didn't. Heavy brocades or thick knits can overwhelm your frame and add visual bulk. Shiny satin, especially in bright colors, tends to highlight texture rather than smooth it out. But here's what most women never consider. Fabric has a relationship with your skin tone and texture. Matte fabrics absorb light and create a softer appearance. They're forgiving and classic. A slight sheen, like you get with silk or quality satin, can be beautiful because it reflects light away from your face, creating a gentle glow. But too much shine turns into glare, and that's when fabric starts working against you. Think graceful glow, not spotlight. The weight and drape of fabric also determines how a blouse moves with your body. You want fabric that has enough body to maintain its shape, but enough softness to flow when you walk. Fabric that's too stiff will stand away from your body awkwardly. Fabric that's too limp will cling to every curve. The sweet spot is what fashion experts call good drape. the ability of fabric to skim your body gently while maintaining an elegant line. There's also the practical consideration: breathability. As we age, temperature regulation can become more challenging. Hot flashes, changing metabolism, or simply living in varying climates means breathable fabrics become non-negotiable. Natural fibers allow air circulation. They wick moisture away from skin. They keep you comfortable whether you're in air conditioning or walking outside on a warm day. Here's my advice. Before you buy any blouse, touch it. Really feel the fabric between your fingers. Does it feel soft or scratchy? Does it have some weight to it, or does it feel flimsy? Hold it up to the light. Can you see through it? If so, you'll need to layer underneath, which affects how you style it. Most importantly, imagine wearing that fabric against your skin for 8 hours. Would it still feel good? Mistake number 4, poor fit, too tight or too loose. This is perhaps the most common mistake I see, and it's completely understandable why women fall into this trap. Many of us have been conditioned to think that tighter clothing makes us look slimmer, or that loose, flowing pieces hide our figure concerns. Neither is true. Let's start with the too tight mistake. You know what I'm talking about. That blouse that pulls across your bust, creating gaping between buttons. Fabric that strains across your back or shoulders. Material that clings to your midsection, emphasizing every curve and roll rather than skimming over them gracefully. Women often choose tight blouses thinking they'll look more fitted and polished, but what actually happens is the opposite. Tight fabric emphasizes texture. It shows every line, every bump, everything you were hoping it would smooth out. When a blouse is too tight, it also affects how you move and breathe. You can't sit comfortably. You're constantly tugging and adjusting. And psychologically, you're never fully relaxed, because part of your brain is always aware that something doesn't feel right. That discomfort shows in your posture, in your face, in the way you carry yourself. Now let's talk about the opposite problem: blouses that are far too baggy. I completely understand the impulse here. As our bodies change, especially around the midsection, many women think the answer is to cover everything with flowing, oversized fabric. But here's what actually happens. Baggy blouses don't hide your figure. They obscure it entirely, making you look larger and shapeless. All that excess fabric adds visual bulk. Instead of flowing elegantly, it bunches and gathers in unflattering ways. The solution is fit that skims without clinging. Imagine fabric that gently touches your body at the shoulders, bust, and hips, but doesn't strain or pull. It should allow ease of movement, breathing room, without swimming in fabric. This is what fashion professionals call proper fit, and it's the difference between looking sloppy and looking polished. Here's how to judge fit. When you try on a blouse, lift your arms over your head. Does the fabric ride up excessively? That's too tight or the wrong cut. Sit down and notice how the fabric falls across your lap and back. Are there uncomfortable pulls or weird bunching? Not the right fit. Look at yourself from the side in a mirror. Does the blouse follow the line of your body, or does it stick straight out from your bust to your hips like a tent? If it's the latter, it's too loose. Body shape matters here, too. If you have an apple shape, with more weight carried in the midsection, you want blouses with a gently flared hem or subtle A-line cut. Empire waist can also work beautifully by defining your smallest point just under the bust. For pear shapes with narrower shoulders and wider hips, focus on blouses that add visual interest to your upper body through details at the neckline or shoulders. V-necks and boat necks balance proportions beautifully. Rectangular body types benefit from blouses with details that create the illusion of curves, subtle ruffles, peplums, or wrap styles that nip in at the waist. hourglass figures can celebrate natural curves with fitted waists and flowing fabric through the bust and hips. And here's something most women don't know. Tailoring is your secret weapon. A blouse that's almost perfect, but just slightly off, can be transformed by a skilled tailor. Taking in the sides, shortening sleeves, adjusting shoulder seams, these small alterations can turn an okay blouse into one that looks custom-made for your body. Don't be afraid to buy a size up and have it tailored to fit your body perfectly. The investment is worth it. Mistake number 5. Wrong sleeve length and style. Sleeves are one of those details that seem minor until you get them wrong, and then they become all you can think about. The right sleeve length and style can make your arms look graceful and your entire silhouette balanced. The wrong ones? They cut you off at the widest part of your arm, add visual bulk, or expose areas you'd rather keep covered. Let's start with the most problematic: cap sleeves and short sleeves that end at the widest part of your upper arm. This is where many women carry a bit more weight as we age, and when a sleeve cuts across this area, it creates a visual emphasis exactly where you don't want it. The arm appears wider and less toned. Cap sleeves, unless they're very loose and flowing, tend to make shoulders look broader and arms appear larger. Three-quarter sleeves are consistently one of the most flattering options for mature women. They end somewhere between your elbow and wrist, typically at the narrowest part of your forearm. This creates an elongating effect and draws the eye to one of the most delicate parts of your arm. It offers coverage without looking like you're trying to hide something, and practically it's a length that works through multiple seasons and doesn't interfere with daily activities. Long sleeves that end at, or just past your wrist bone, offer the most coverage and work beautifully for cooler weather or more formal occasions. They create a continuous line from shoulder to hand, which can be very elegant. The key is making sure they're not too tight at the wrist. You want ease of movement, and not so loose that they bunch awkwardly. Sleeve styles matter as much as length. Bell sleeves and dramatic bishop sleeves can overwhelm, but gentle flares or blouson styles add feminine softness without looking costume-like. Flutter sleeves provide coverage while remaining delicate and flattering. Cold shoulder styles, where a small section of the shoulder is exposed, can offer a modern twist while keeping arms covered, though these work best if you're comfortable showing that bit of shoulder. The fabric and structure of the sleeve also plays a role. Sleeves that are too tight restrict movement and create uncomfortable pulling. Sleeves that are too loose can add bulk, especially in thicker fabrics. Look for sleeves with just enough ease that you can move your arms freely without excess fabric flapping or bunching. Consider your lifestyle too. If you're constantly reaching, lifting, or working with your hands, sleeves that ride up or get in the way become frustrating. If you run warm, three-quarter or short sleeves in breathable fabric might be your go-to. If you prefer more coverage, long sleeves in lightweight material give you comfort without overheating. And here's something to pay attention to: where the sleeve cap sits on your shoulder. If it sits too far down your arm, it makes your shoulders look sloppy and can restrict arm movement. If it sits too high up on your shoulder, it creates pulling and discomfort. The sleeve cap should sit right at the edge of your shoulder bone, creating a clean line and allowing natural movement. Mistake number 6: clashing patterns and colors. Color is where so many women lose their way, and I completely understand why. The colors that looked fabulous on you in your 30s might wash you out now. Your skin tone shifts as you age, often becoming either more golden and warm or more cool and silvery. Hair color changes, whether you embrace your natural gray or color it. All of this affects which colors bring light to your face and which ones drain it away. Let's start with the hard truth. Pure black, while classic and seemingly safe, can be too harsh against mature skin. It tends to emphasize lines, make shadows deeper, and create a stark contrast that isn't always flattering. This doesn't mean you can never wear black, but consider charcoal gray, deep navy, or rich chocolate brown as alternatives that provide darkness without the severity. On the flip side, very pale pastels in traditional pretty colors like baby pink, powder blue, or soft lavender often make mature skin look washed out rather than youthful and fresh. These colors tend to blend with shifting skin tones rather than complement them. If you love pastels, go for versions with more saturation. Think blush instead of baby pink, periwinkle instead of pale blue. So what works? Jewel tones are consistently flattering for mature women. Deep emerald green, sapphire blue, rich purple, warm ruby red. These colors have enough depth and saturation to complement mature skin beautifully. They create vibrancy without looking juvenile. Warm earth tones work wonderfully for women with golden or olive undertones. Think terracotta, warm camel, olive green, rich cognac. For women with cooler undertones, deep teal, burgundy, plum, and cool gray create beautiful harmony. Understanding your undertone is the key to getting this right. Look at the veins on the inside of your wrist. If they appear greenish, you have warm undertones. If they look bluish or purple, you have cool undertones. If you can't really tell, you likely have neutral undertones and can wear both warm and cool colors successfully. Once you know your undertone, you can choose colors that naturally harmonize with your skin. Now, let's talk about patterns. Busy, small-scale prints can look dated and make your entire outfit feel cluttered. Tiny florals, especially in multiple colors, tend to age rather than flatter. Instead, look for larger-scale prints with clean design and a limited color palette. Abstract geometric patterns in 2 or 3 colors can be sophisticated and modern. Watercolor-style florals in contemporary colors feel fresh. Bold stripes in flattering directions, vertical for elongation, diagonal for interest, can be very chic. When wearing patterns, keep the rest of your outfit simple. A patterned blouse pairs beautifully with solid-colored pants or a skirt. Let the pattern be the star without competing with other busy elements. And pay attention to scale. If you're petite, very large prints can overwhelm. If you're taller, tiny prints can look busy. Choose pattern scale that's proportionate to your frame. Color combinations matter too. Monochromatic outfits in varying shades of the same color create elegance and elongation. Complementary colors, those opposite each other on the color wheel, create vibrant interest. Analogous colors, those next to each other on the color wheel, create harmony and sophistication. And here's something many women never consider. The color of your blouse should bring light to your face. Hold different colored fabrics up to your face in natural light and notice what happens. Does your skin look brighter, healthier, more radiant? Or does it look sallow, tired, or washed out? The right color makes your eyes sparkle and your skin glow. The wrong color does the opposite. Mistake number 7, neglecting the complete. Look, this final mistake ties everything together because a blouse doesn't exist in isolation. How you style it, what you pair it with, how you finish the complete outfit, these decisions determine whether your blouse works for you or against you. Let's start with the most common error, ignoring proportions. If you're wearing a flowing, loose blouse, pairing it with equally loose pants creates a shapeless silhouette with no definition. Instead, balance a loose top with fitted or tailored bottoms. Conversely, if you're wearing a fitted blouse, you can pair it with slightly wider leg pants or a fuller skirt without looking sloppy. Tucking versus leaving untucked is another decision that dramatically affects your overall look. Tucking creates waist definition and makes your legs appear longer by raising your body's visual midpoint. It works beautifully with high-waisted pants or skirts. The French tuck, where you tuck just the front portion of your blouse while leaving the back loose, offers a more relaxed yet intentional look. Leaving a blouse completely untucked works when the hem hits at the right point, typically at your hip bone or just below, and when the blouse is designed to be worn this way. But here's where many women go wrong. They leave untucked blouses that are too long, creating a sloppy appearance. Or they tuck blouses that bunch and gather awkwardly at the waist, adding bulk. The solution? Pay attention to proportion and don't be afraid to size up if tucking creates unwanted bunching. Layering is another element that can elevate or destroy your look. A simple blouse becomes sophisticated when you add a structured blazer. It becomes casual chic with a long-line cardigan. But layering goes wrong when you pile on too much fabric, creating bulk, or when the layers fight each other in color, pattern, or style. Keep layers in complementary colors or tones. Make sure outer layers are longer or shorter than inner layers, creating visual interest rather than confusion. Accessories complete the picture, and here simplicity often wins. A beautiful blouse doesn't need a statement necklace, bold earrings, a chunky bracelet, and a patterned scarf all at once. Choose one or two key accessories that enhance rather than overwhelm. If your blouse has an interesting neckline, maybe just elegant earrings. If it's a simple crew neck, perhaps a delicate necklace or silk scarf. And let's talk about the often overlooked element, proper undergarments. A blouse can only look as good as the foundation beneath it. An ill-fitting bra creates bulges, gaps, and awkward lines that even the most beautiful blouse can't overcome. Invest in a professional bra fitting and quality undergarments that smooth without squeezing. Shoes matter too. The formality and style of your shoes should match the overall vibe of your blouse and outfit. A silk blouse with formal trousers looks polished with elegant flats or low heels. That same blouse with jeans can work with clean sneakers for casual sophistication. But mixing formal and casual in the wrong ways, like pairing an athletic blouse with dress shoes, creates confusion. Creating your blouse blueprint. Now that we've walked through all 7 mistakes, let's bring this together into a simple blueprint you can use every time you shop for or style a blouse. First, consider your neckline. Choose V-necks, scoop necks, or square necklines that frame your face beautifully and create visual length. Avoid high crew necks or overly plunging styles. Second, stick with modern classics rather than obviously dated styles or overly trendy pieces. Look for clean lines with subtle contemporary details. Third, prioritize fabric quality. Seek natural fibers and quality blends that breathe, drape well, and feel good against your skin. Avoid cheap polyester, clingy fabrics, and anything that feels harsh. Fourth, get the fit right. Your blouse should skim your body without clinging or creating excess volume. Tailor when necessary. Fifth, choose sleeve lengths that flatter your arms. 3/4 sleeves are almost universally flattering, while cap sleeves often aren't. Sixth, select colors that complement your current skin tone and patterns that are proportionate to your frame. Avoid pure black and washed-out pastels. Seventh, style your blouse thoughtfully, considering proportions, tucking when appropriate, layering with intention, and accessorizing with restraint. When you follow this blueprint, something remarkable happens. Getting dressed becomes easier. You stand in front of your closet with confidence rather than frustration. You stop second-guessing your choices and start trusting your instincts. Most importantly, you walk out your door feeling like the best version of yourself. Your style journey starts now. We've covered so much ground together today. From understanding which necklines frame your face beautifully, to choosing fabrics that move with your body. From getting the fit just right to styling your complete look with intention. These 7 mistakes, once you know what they are and how to fix them, they stop controlling your wardrobe and start informing your choices in empowering ways. Style at 60 and beyond isn't about following rigid rules or trying to look like someone you're not. It's about understanding your body, honoring the woman you've become, and choosing pieces that let your confidence shine through. A blouse is just fabric and thread until you put it on, but the right blouse, chosen with wisdom and styled with care, that becomes armor and art all at once. So I want you to do something for me. Go look at your closet right now. Really look at the blouses hanging there. Which ones make you feel amazing? Keep those. Which ones do you avoid because something just feels off? Now you know why, and you know what to do about it. Remember, you don't need a massive wardrobe. You need the right pieces. A small collection of beautifully chosen, properly fitted, thoughtfully styled blouses will serve you far better than a closet full of maybes and almosts. And if this video has opened your eyes to new possibilities, if you're feeling inspired to take a fresh look at your wardrobe and your style, I'd love to hear about it. Drop a comment below and tell me which mistake you're going to fix first. Share this video with another amazing woman in your life who deserves to feel confident and beautiful. And don't forget to like and subscribe, because we're just getting started on this journey toward timeless, elegant, age-defying style. Your 60s aren't the end of your style story. They're a new chapter, written with wisdom, confidence, and the freedom to wear exactly what makes you feel magnificent.